Hey, what's up? It's Josh. Happy Monday. If you're watching live, I've got some great stuff for you today on how to generate luxury buyer and seller real estate leads using StreetText. Again, how we can generate luxury home buyers and home sellers in your market using StreetText. I'm going to unpack some campaigns that I created with my main man, my director of ops, Mike, on Friday, and some of the early results and the thinking behind it, and also the principles behind what we're doing so that you can model them in your own business. Now, a huge favor to ask, if you're watching on Facebook, if you could hit the like button or the heart button, that signals to Facebook that this is good stuff and it shows to more people. If you're watching on YouTube, do me a huge favor. If you're not already subscribed, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you smash the bell so you're notified of new live sessions on here as well. And lastly, if you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on LinkedIn, I got distracted by taking my AirPods out. If you're watching on LinkedIn, do me a favor and click the like button or the celebrate. Couple last housekeeping items, and then I want to dig in. I mentioned that what we're going to show you here is luxury home buyers and home sellers, luxury real estate leads using StreetText. To get a free trial with StreetText, you can go to the link that you'll find in the description or scrolling across the bottom, which is growwithjosh.com/ST. When you do that, when you get your free trial, number one, you're going to be assigned a success coach. His name is Ira, and he will be helping you succeed. Number two, I've got bonus resources, templates, training, etc. that I want to give to you. You just have to let me know. Okay, you just have to let me know. Last thing I want to mention is if you are looking to grow your business in 2022, then I want to personally invite you to a live event we're doing in beautiful central Pennsylvania, December 8th and 9th. It's called Get Listings Live. And the information is above or below in the description. I would love to meet you there in person. It's a day and a half. It's a workshop. We're going to get down and dirty, and we're going to help you learn how to double, triple, or even quadruple your business in 2022 around listings, how you can grow a listings-centric business and create exponential growth through that methodology. So I would greatly appreciate it if you join me for that. So here's the thinking behind today's session. I have just through some conversations with some great people in the industry, good friends in the industry, I want to put more energy and focus on the luxury portion of my marketplace. And I put luxury in quotation marks because, I don't know that there is a definitive definition of that. I've heard it described, the luxury market. One way to kind of, define it is 2.5 times the average home price. So, for example, in the county I live in, which is what we launched the campaign around, actually several campaigns because we're in testing phase. The average home price is $250,000. And so I've heard 2.5 times, that brings us around $600,000. Okay. So that's what I'm using for this, for that definition, that defining information for this campaign and this process. And I'll show as we give you examples of what that looks like here in a minute, like how is that affecting what we're doing, right? And some of the particulars with that. But as I mentioned, we're using StreetText to create these campaigns, growwithjosh.com/ST. And so why don't we just go ahead and get right into checking out what these campaigns look like. So on Friday, what I did was with my man Mike is we created the SMART campaign to use to follow up with the leads that come through the pipeline with these test campaigns, because I want to make sure that here's a great way to think about your SMART campaigns or your automated follow-up is designed to get the low-hanging fruit in conversation with you, or to get you in conversation with the low-hanging fruit. The people who come through the pipeline who are more ready, willing, and able to do business with you in the short term. Okay. And so I wanted to make sure we had some best practices in place. If we have time here, I'll show you what that looks like for this, and the different pieces of that. But this is what we did: 2-3 ad split tests. We did 2-3 ad split tests, and I'm actually going to let these split tests run probably until tomorrow morning, and then we'll determine which of these we're going to continue to run, which the winners are, and which of them we need to cut off and maybe test something different. Which, by the way, the first thing we're going to test is different images. And maybe I'll do a part 2 of this later this week or next week after we have even more data. But the idea was, or is, that we're going to offer we're going to create these campaigns around 2 different offers. Okay. So this is number one. See all available luxury homes in Cumberland County. Get a list of all luxury homes in Cumberland County sent directly to you. Okay. So that's offer number 1. Offer number 2 is get a free fall 2021 Cumberland County luxury home price report. Okay. Similar, but a little bit different. However, what we've done is designed the follow-up to work in either case. So we've got 2 different angles, but the follow-up and what someone gets and receives who comes into this pipeline is going to be the same, right? Because I wanted to keep things as simple as possible, right? As simple as possible. The other thing with this is the people that come into this pipeline, a high percentage of them are also going to have a home to sell. And in fact, I'll just give you a quick aside here. I've already had a conversation. I had a conversation with someone this morning who they came into the pipeline yesterday. And because of the way I've got things set up in the pipeline, they scheduled a call on my calendar using Calendly. And we had a conversation this morning. They are looking to buy a home in the $600,000 to $1 million range. And they have a home to sell in they're about a half an hour away. They've got a home to sell about a half an hour away. That's in the $400,000 to $500,000 range. So for me, that's, anywhere from $1 million to $1.5 million in volume from one client, from very small numbers so far, very small numbers. Okay. And I'll break that down in a minute here, and I'll show you what those numbers look like. So these are the ads. And by the way, StreetText makes it incredibly easy to create these ad campaigns. And not only that, but for members of our organization, members in my organization, we'll actually help you with that. And we'll build out the smart campaign follow-up and things of that nature. So these are what the ads look like. And then once someone opts in, we're using Facebook lead ads. When someone opts in with their email, their full name, and their phone number, what they're going to see, where they'll be taken is to this page. And this page has a video from me. Hi, it's Josh .schoenly with okay. It's got a video from me, and then it's delivering 2 things to them. Number 1, all of the current actual luxury home listings available in Cumberland County right now. And it looks like there are 26. When I clicked on this earlier, there were 27. So one of them must have just went pending. So there are 26. This is just $600,000 and up in Cumberland County. Single family residences, $600,000 and up in Cumberland County. When they click on this other link, this is a link I put together with my MLS with all of the pending and recently closed transactions in the luxury home category. Okay. And I can't do that with KV Core. So that's why we've done that with this. Right. So I've got a video, I've got the information they requested, and then I've got what I call a super signature here of other ways that they can get information or connect with me. And as I said, I already had someone this morning who they must have clicked this link and scheduled a time on my calendar. And you know what? I need to update that link. Golly, I'm not even using the right link. What that should go to is a link specifically for folks. But you know what? It's still working. Anyway, that's where they're going. And then we've set things up so that all of the leads funnel directly into my KV Core. Now, before we get into that, StreetText has a built-in CRM. So if you don't have a CRM, StreetText has a built-in one. One of many reasons why I recommend that you try it out. You can get a free trial at growwithjosh.com/ST. Growwithjosh.com/ST. I have KV Core. It's part of EXP, and it's something that we leverage in every way possible. So we actually use Zapier, and we zap all of the leads into KV Core. So what I want to show you in KV Core is twofold. Number one, I want to just illustrate for you how many leads have come through thus far, which is a very small number. And I apologize because I'm screen sharing. It's going a little low or a little slow. So I need to pull the... I just need to filter out how many. When I checked earlier, I think it was like 13 or 14 leads. So let's check and see if we've gotten any more. 14 so far. I'm already got one here who, as I said, we had a lengthy conversation this morning. They are definitely, unless I drop the ball, they are definitely going to use me to both buy their new home and sell their home anywhere from $1 million to $1.5 million in volume. Is that always going to happen that way from your first 14 leads? No, but I'm going to talk about the numbers here in a minute and the way that you should think about campaigns like this when you create them, okay? Now, let's look at the smart campaign that I've created that will automatically follow up with every lead that comes in. Let's see here. Don't feel like that's the right one. Let me just find the right one here. Must be this. I thought we had more than this, but we must just, for now, we've just got an email, a text message, and a voicemail. An email, a text message, and a voicemail. Here's the email. Okay, the email is essentially the same as this page that we're sending people to. This page here. It's essentially that. The text message is just as promised. Here's your Cumberland County luxury home price report, and it's sending to that same page. And then the ringless voicemail is just confirming that we got their request and that we've sent them the information. That's really all it is. Okay. So let's talk more about, and I wasn't sharing my screen there, was I? That's what I get for not looking at the screen. Golly, sorry everybody. So let's take a look here. I'll synopsize. So here are the ads. Here's the page they go to. Okay, where there's a video. And there's the two links that I mentioned. All right. And here's the smart campaign. Okay, here's the smart campaign. Now, what's more important is the mentality, the way you've got to think about launching a campaign like this. Okay. And what I would call the rule of 100. The rule of 100, which is you should not make any assumptions about whether an offer or a pipeline or a funnel is working until you've had at least 100 people through the pipeline. Okay. So if I make some assumptions here, and we do some quick math, let's say that it takes me $1,000 in ad spend to generate 100 leads, right? That's an average cost per lead of $10. So 100 times 10 equals 1,000. What I know from doing this long enough is at least one out of those 100 are going to be ready, willing, and able to do business with me like right now. In fact, I've already gotten that one. I've already gotten that one out of this new campaign. Okay. That's a bonus. It doesn't always happen that way. Okay. Let's also do some assumptions. So if I get conservative, if I conservatively say that for that 1 out of 100, I'm going to get a $20,000 commission check, right? $20,000 in gross commission. I think that's pretty conservative because we're talking about average price of $600,000. And this one client I've already got is really, it would be more than that. If I take, let's say I take 3% of $1 million, what's that? $1 million times 0.03, that would be 30,000. And that means if it was 2.5, that would be 25,000. But let's just use 20,000. Okay. So 20,000 in GCI divided by 1,000 equals 20. What does that mean? That means for every $1 I put into this machine, I'm going to get $20 back out. $1 in, $20 out. How many times would you like to do that in your business? Does it work perfectly and mathematically like that? No. But the beautiful thing about real estate is the commission checks are nice and juicy. So it works out in your favor, but you've got to get past the initial sort of phase of not what's the word I'm looking for? That fear of, is this going to work? Am I going to get, any clients out of this and so forth? You've got to suspend your disbelief long enough to get enough people into the pipeline so that the good things can happen. The other thing that's difficult, admittedly, is the cash to conversion cycle. So we can invest $1,000 this month and we may not get that $20,000 for another month or two. Okay. But if you can get beyond that point and you can have faith and you suspend your disbelief and you follow best practices, the kind of things that I try and share here often, you can win in the long run, and you can win big time in the long run. I apologize that I had, I was sharing my screen and then I forgot. So I apologize for that. Maybe we'll have to do a round two. Well, I already teased that we will do a round two here because this is just version 1.0 of me testing out this idea as another pipeline for my business. And so as we tweak and try some different things, I'll definitely be sharing those results as well, so we can unpack and help you with that. Okay. Dennis had asked as well. I think Dennis had come on late and asked, how did you define luxury? 2.5 times the average price. 2.5 times the average price, which for me in Cumberland County is $250,000. I just rounded, approximately at $600,000. Okay. And I don't know that it I don't know. I almost did 500,000. Yeah, it's kind of splitting hairs. Does it really make a difference? No, because here's the other thing to keep in mind with this campaign or any type of campaign is I know for a fact I'm going to get clients out of this that aren't luxury buyers or sellers. That's okay, right? It's not like I'm going to say no to helping them or working with them, but I'm increasing the likelihood of, in this particular case, that I'm going to get interested buyers that also need to sell, right? Or sellers, okay, maybe sellers who are looking to downsize to something below the luxury home point, but they've got a luxury home that they need to sell. That's why they might request that home price report. So I don't know. I was excited about this, especially because I've already gotten some positive feedback from it, and I wanted to share. We'll do a round two on this later this week or early next, once we have some more data and I can share some more results and so forth. But why don't you play along while I'm doing it? If you want to set up a campaign like this, get your free trial with StreetText, growwithjosh.com/ST, and then let us help you with the bonus resources, templates, and so forth. Or come on, join our organization, partner with us, and we'll set it all up for you. And if you're interested in getting more information about that, you can go to growwithjosh.com/chat. growwithjosh.com/chat. I'd love to meet you in person at our Get Listings live event, December 8th and 9th. There's information above or below in the description, growwithjosh.com/Get Listings live. I'd love to meet you in person. We've got great, amazing content and speakers and sponsors lined up for that. I can't wait to share all of that with those of you who are able to make it with us in person. And as always, if there's anything at all we can do to help or support you in any way, please don't hesitate to ask. Check out the resources above or below. Check out part 2 coming later this week or early next. And if you need anything whatsoever, don't hesitate to ask. Let's make it a great week and talk again real soon.